The Tradition, a poem by Assata Shakur. Carry it on now, carry it on. Carry it on now, carry it on. Carry on the tradition. There were black people since the childhood of time who carried it on. In Ghana, in Mali, and Timbuktu, we carried it on. We carried on the tradition. We hid in the bush when the slave masters came, holding spear, and when the moment was ripe, leaped out and lanced the lifeblood of our would-be captors. We carried it on slave ships, hurling ourselves into oceans. We slit the throats of our captors. We took their whips and their ships. Blood flowed in the Atlantic, and it wasn't all ours. We carried it on. Fed Missy arsenic apple pies, stole axes from the shed, went and chopped off master's head. We ran, we fought, we organized a railroad, an underground. We carried it on. In newspapers, in meetings, in arguments, and street fights, we carried it on. In tales told to children, in chants and cantantas, in poems and blues songs, and saxophone screams, we carried it on soapboxes and picket lines, welfare lines, unemployment lines, our lives on the line. We carried it on. In sit-ins and pray-ins and march-ins and die-ins, we carried it on cold Missouri nights, pitting shotguns against lynch mobs. On burning Baltimore streets, pitting rocks against rifles, we carried it on. Against water hoses and bulldogs, against nightsticks and bullets, against tanks and tear gas, needles and nooses, bombs and birth control, we carried it on. In Selma and San Juan, Mozambique and Mississippi, in Brazil and in Boston, we carried it on. Through the lies and the sellouts, the mistakes and the madness, through the pain and hunger and frustration, we carried it on. Carried on the tradition, carried on a strong tradition, a proud tradition, carried a black tradition. Carry it on and pass it down to the children, pass it down. Carry it on now, carry it on to freedom.